There are some things we receive online that we can ignore. A spam message, a wrong number text, even a scam attempt. But what happens when the message seems to know exactly who you are, exactly what you're doing, and sometimes even what's about to happen? Tonight, we're diving into 5 real stories of creepy, unexplainable emails people received. Messages that should have been impossible, yet messages that still haunt them to this day. These stories are disturbing, mysterious, and in some cases, still unresolved. Story 1. The email that predicted my brother's death. My name is Daniel. This happened in 2017, and I still have no explanation for what I'm about to tell you. My brother Aaron and I were extremely close. I'm talking best friends, inseparable, always checking on each other, always texting or hanging out. He was 22 at the time, and I was 19. On May 3rd, at around 2:40 a.m., I received the creepiest email I've ever seen. The subject line was, "He won't wake up tomorrow." I remember staring at it for a full minute, thinking it was some stupid spam message. But the sender email caught my attention immediately. It was Aaron's email address. At first I thought he was playing some weird prank, but it didn't feel like a joke. Something about that subject line made my stomach drop. I opened the message. There was only one sentence inside. "Prepare yourself. He will go silent tonight." No attachments, no signature, no details. I instantly called my brother. No answer. I tried again and again. At that point, I convinced myself he was just asleep, but something in my gut told me to keep trying. I barely slept that night. At around 7 a.m., my mom burst into my room crying. My brother had been found unresponsive in his bed. He passed away sometime early that morning due to an undiagnosed heart condition. My world collapsed. A week after the funeral, I remembered the email. I opened his account on my laptop. The sent folder showed nothing. There was no sign he ever sent that message. But the email I received was still sitting in my inbox. I contacted the email provider. They checked everything. His email had not been logged into from any device for 2 days before he died. They told me, word for word, there is no record of this email being sent. I asked if someone could spoof his address. They said yes, but there's one problem. The email showed in Gmail as a verified account message, meaning it came from the actual inbox, not a spoof. There was also an impossible detail. The server timestamp showed the message came from inside our home network. At 2:40 a.m., that means whoever sent it was inside the house. Or worse, it wasn't a person at all. Even now, 8 years later, the email is still in my inbox. Every time I look at it, it feels like the message knew something no one else could have known. Sometimes I wonder, was it a warning, a glitch, something supernatural? I will never know. But one thing is certain, the email predicted my brother's death, and nothing can explain it. Story 2, the reply from my dead husband. My name is Claire. My husband, Michael, passed away in 2019 due to a car accident. We were married for 7 years. After he died, I kept emailing his old address. It was stupid, I know. But something about typing messages to him made me feel less alone. Every night I wrote to him. Sometimes long paragraphs, sometimes just a simple "I miss you." His inbox should have been deactivated a few months later. That's what the provider told me. So I assumed my messages just disappeared into a void. But on December 3rd, 2020, I received a reply. The sender name was Michael. His exact old address, the same profile picture. At first I thought someone hacked into it, but that theory didn't last. The subject line read, "Stop looking for me." My heart started racing, hands shaking. I opened the email. Inside was a long message, all written in lowercase. "I'm okay. Please stop sending these. You will see me again, but not now. You are not supposed to follow me. Do not look." That last line, "do not look," made no sense until about a week later. I called the email provider immediately. They told me the inbox was marked as closed and permanently inaccessible. According to them, the email could not have been sent at all. They claimed the message header didn't match any known server record. It was almost like the email appeared out of nowhere. I tried replying. My message bounced back with a system notice. "This address does not exist." That night, I couldn't sleep. Every creak in the house made me freeze. Every shadow felt alive. A week later, I learned what the line "do not look" meant. I was driving home from work, and at a traffic light, I saw someone who looked exactly like my husband standing on the sidewalk. Same jacket, same height, same posture. He wasn't facing me, but my entire body went cold. The light turned green. I didn't move. I stared at him, and then he slowly turned around. It was Michael. I swear to God it was him. But his face looked wrong, like he was pale, almost gray. His eyes were too dark, and he didn't blink. He just watched me. The car behind me honked, and when I looked forward, then back, he was gone, just vanished. I never emailed that address again, and I never saw that figure again, but I still think about the message. You will see me again, but not now. To this day, I don't know what replied to me, but whatever it was, it didn't feel human. Story 3, the email from the future. My name is Justin, and the story I'm about to share has ruined my ability to sleep normally ever since it happened. This took place in 2014 when I was 17. I had a school project due the next morning, so I stayed up late on my laptop. At around 1:12 a.m., an email notification popped up on my screen. The subject line: read this immediately. The sender address was a string of random letters and numbers. I assumed it was spam, but something made me open it anyway. Inside was a single block of text. You are going to receive a call at 1:26 a.m. Don't pick it up. No matter what, my reaction was exactly what you'd expect. I laughed, rolled my eyes, and deleted the message. Then at 1:26 a.m., my phone rang. Unknown number, no profile, no location data. I stared at it, remembering the email that I had just deleted. The call kept ringing and ringing, but curiosity began overpowering fear. Just as I reached to answer, the phone went silent, straight to missed call. I sat frozen. Not even a minute later, another email came in, different random-looking address. You were not supposed to do that. Delete this device. I didn't even know what that meant. Delete this device. My phone? My laptop? Something else? Before I could process it, another email arrived. Same subject line: read this immediately. This one contained something that took away my breath. It listed 3 things: my full name, my home address, and then, you will break your left arm in 47 hours. Stay home. I slammed the laptop shut. My hands were shaking like crazy. For 2 days I stayed inside, didn't go to school, barely slept. On the 3rd day, around 12:30 a.m., my mom entered my room and told me to help her fix a light bulb in the hallway. I had forgotten about the 47 hours thing because I'd been so stressed. I stood on a chair, reached up to twist the bulb. The chair leg slipped on the tile floor. I fell, hard. The pain was immediate and unbearable. I was screaming. My mom rushed me to the hospital. The X-ray confirmed it. Left arm fractured. The next day, when I opened my laptop, my inbox was empty. Completely empty. All my old emails, school messages, subscriptions, everything gone. Only one email remained in the entire inbox, unread. The sender address was my own email. Subject line: this won't happen again. No message body. That address, the one sending the warnings, never appeared again. The doctor said the fall was just an accident, but I know what happened. Something out there knew my future and tried to warn me. I don't know if it was trying to help me or control me, but one thing still haunts me. If it knew about the injury, what else does it know? And why did it stop? Story 4. The 3 a.m. photo attachment. My name is Renee, and this happened when I was living alone for the first time. In early 2021, I moved into a small 1-bedroom apartment on the outskirts of Chicago. It wasn't the nicest neighborhood, but it was all I could afford. My sleep schedule was terrible at the time. I stayed up late watching videos, scrolling TikTok, the usual. One night, or technically morning, at 3 and 9 a.m., I got an email notification. The sender name was "Found you." The email address was completely blank, literally blank, just empty. I didn't even know that was possible. The subject was also blank. Inside was nothing except a single JPEG file. No message, no signature, just the attachment. I stared at it for a good minute, debating whether I should open it. A virus? Some creepy scam? But my curiosity got the best of me. I tapped on the image. When it opened, I stopped breathing. It was a photo of me, sleeping. In my bed, taken from the corner of my bedroom, the same angle where my wardrobe stood. I felt my chest tighten, my throat closing, because the photo wasn't old. I wasn't wearing that same t-shirt yesterday or last week. I was wearing exactly what I had on that night, meaning the photo was taken while I was asleep just hours earlier. I ran to the bedroom and checked every corner, checked under the bed, inside the closet, behind the curtains. Nothing. I called my friend Mark crying, and he drove over immediately. He helped me search the entire apartment. Still nothing. We checked the building hallway on the CCTV. No one had entered or left during the night. Not a single person. I showed Mark the photo. His face went pale, not just because of the picture, but because of a detail I hadn't noticed. In the photo, behind my sleeping body, there was a figure, a shape, a dark silhouette of someone standing in the corner of my room. But Mark pointed out something else that made both of us freeze. The person in the photo had no reflection in my dresser mirror. The mirror showed the room behind me clearly, but not the figure. We zoomed in. Nothing. Just empty space. I reported everything to the police. They checked the apartment again. Found nothing. The official explanation? Probably a digital fake. But if it was fake, who took a photo of my exact room layout? My exact blanket pattern? How did they know what I wore that night? And what kind of fake shows a missing reflection? The worst part, about a week later, I got another email. Same blank sender, same blank subject, no attachments. Just 3 words, not finished yet. I moved out the next day. I didn't even pack half my things. I still sleep with all the lights on now, and I haven't had a good night's sleep since. Story 5, the inbox that updated itself. My name is Lucas, and this story isn't about a ghost or a hacker. It's something worse. Something that felt alive. I was in my 2nd year of college when I first noticed my email inbox acting strange. Not glitchy, not freezing, but updating itself. And I don't mean new messages coming in. I mean old messages changing, dates shifting, emails disappearing and reappearing, subject lines rewriting themselves before my eyes. The first time it happened, I thought I was just tired, but once the inbox started talking directly to me, I knew something was horribly wrong. So, here's what happened. One night, around 2:37 a.m., I was checking my inbox before going to sleep. I had exactly 1,243 unread messages, mostly newsletters, class notifications, and spam. When I refreshed the page, I froze. Every single message from the past week had been replaced with emails I had never seen before. Some had my full name in the subject line, like, Lucas, I know what you did yesterday. You shouldn't be awake now. The weirdest part, I hadn't written anything the day before. I had literally spent the entire afternoon in the library. I clicked on the first email. You can't hide. I am already inside your inbox. The text wasn't written in any language I recognized at first glance. Just symbols. But when I stared longer, it became English. Each word slowly morphed in front of my eyes until it read perfectly. I closed my laptop, shook my head, told myself I was hallucinating. The next morning, I went to class, but my curiosity and stupidity made me check the inbox again. Every message from the day before had changed again. Now, the subject lines were threats. You will regret ignoring me. You left the window open. I saw everything. I checked my apartment immediately. The window was locked. Nothing out of place. It kept happening. Every day, emails rewriting themselves. Sometimes showing me photos I didn't take. Sometimes messages about events that hadn't happened yet. By the 4th week, I stopped sleeping in my room. I slept on the couch, with the laptop unplugged. But when I returned to my inbox, it updated itself anyway. Even offline, even on another computer. That's when I realized it wasn't human. It wasn't spam. It wasn't a hacker. Something had gained access. Not just to my email, but to me. Eventually, I deleted the account, created a new one, but the old address still sends me messages from time to time. Every few months, an email appears even after years. The subject line is always the same. I remember you. And I know it does. These 5 emails aren't the usual spam or phishing scams. They're the type of messages that make you question reality. Whether they were supernatural, a glitch in the system, or something else entirely, one thing is clear. The internet is not always a safe place. Sometimes it's watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel, Dark Vision, for more creepy stories just like these. Leave a comment if you've ever received a message that gave you chills. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss a story that might just keep you up at night. Until next time, stay safe and remember, some emails are better left unopened